My dear Zenith friends, this is your host, and welcome to the new moon in Leo. This new moon is particularly potent. Why? Because we have Lilith conjunct the sun. So extra witchy powers. You may notice some of the projections are coming towards your way. So you may notice you feel some of the shadows on your own soul. This is a very potent time for shadow work. You may notice some of the enemies coming forward and revealing themselves. Understand that the greatest enemy is within our own self, and therefore shadow work is necessary. New moon is a restart. It is a time for introspection. It is a time to go within. It is a yin time. This is a masculine sign, Leo, fixed fire. And so we look towards the sun, and the sun is conjunct the moon, signifying that we are being asked to balance our inner world and our outer world with the conjunction of the moon conjunct Lilith. This is a very potent time to meditate. This is a very potent time to feel the collective shadow, the shadow within your own self, and to transmute that so that you too may embody more light. The more work we do, the more shadows we can integrate, the more light that we have within our own vessel. New moon is always a powerful time for manifestation. Typically, what I personally will do on the new moon is create a list of all the things that I wish to manifest within this lunar cycle. I could show you the list from my last lunar cycle, and guess what? It all came true. So, we utilize astrology, we utilize the magic of the heavens and what we call electional astrology to manifest what it is we wish to create. And when one is tapped into the astrological patterns, the astrological traffic, we can do ceremonial magic backed with this infrastructure, with these guides. So I suggest all of you to create a list of what it is your soul desires and what it is that you wish to manifest this lunar cycle. Powerful times. We just had Venus combust. We just had Venus square Uranus. Uranus in Taurus, Venus in Leo retrograde, and Maui caught on fire. Uranus, changes, unpredictability. And Taurus, the land. Leo, fire, fixed fire. Venus, our love, our values, our relationships, the heart. Leo being the heart, Maui being the heart chakra of the world. Astrology is very potent. Astrology is very powerful. It is a language. It is quite a heavy time I come to you. However, not for all of us. Many of us won't be affected as hard as the collective at this time. Some of us are aware of patterns that are happening in the heavens, in the cosmos, and some of us have done enough work to where we will be less affected. And it makes us very fortunate. And do I dare say lucky? Because I don't necessarily believe in luck. But just because some of us are scathing free this time may not mean it will be that way the next time. And so we remain grateful and humble and do what we can to support those that are in need, that are in their time of trial. And also understand that everything happens for a reason. And I mean this on a personal level, okay? What we experience, what we have to endure, what we must go through is teaching us, is showing us the way for our own solar evolution. This next lunar cycle will be quite potent. Why? Because Venus will be going direct September 3rd, September 4th. I don't know, I don't have it in front of me. Mercury has been setting its shadow for many weeks now, and will go retrograde here in the next week or so. I believe it's August 24th, 22nd, something along those lines. So Mars is moving through Virgo and will get a spurt of energy as he transitions into Libra. Saturn continuing to retrograde, Pluto continuing to retrograde. Powerful times. All of the lessons that we've been integrating, that we've been learning, that Venus has been teaching us about our relationships, about our values, environment in which the house that Venus is retrograding in your chart. If you want to learn more, you can always book a reading with me. So Venus has been teaching us in our respective houses what this means, what this indicates. And all of the planets, depending on what house they're in your chart, they will teach us a very specific lesson as they transit, as they move. Now, the good news is that Venus is going direct, and she will be resolving all of the trauma, all of the things that have happened the past over a month of her retrograde. However, this doesn't happen anytime soon. This happens in about 2 weeks. So you'll probably see me again with another video until then. And if that's the case, then that will be around the full moon, which will be a very potent and wild time. Okay? So, I think we're all feeling the shake because at the same degree that Venus was retrograding when Maui caught on fire, squaring Uranus, the sun is about to move into that exact position. So I feel like we are all feeling that intensity. Okay, I also, once again, really believe that Lilith conjunct the sun is shooting us into a deep, heart-centered space where we must clear, we must clean, we must forgive, we must set proper boundaries, we must integrate shadow, we must do work so that we can embody more light. Some say that the earth is splitting and there's two realities happening. And at the same time, there's glass barriers in between so we can see what's happening over there. Yet that might not be happening over here. And they can see what's happening over here, but it might not be happening for them in the same way over there. And so the earth is shifting into two different directions. And so which way would you like to go? Which way are we going? We get to decide. Ultimately, we get to determine our choices, our thoughts, our will, our action. This is all up to us and our free will and our embodiment. Action is the highest form of prayer. Action is the most spiritual thing that you can do, right? The Bhagavad Gita talks about inaction and action. Both are meditative, okay? Sure, we can do non-action because everything is going to come and go as we please, but that is not why we have incarnated here in the third dimension. We are here to take action at some point or another. And maybe that action is inaction. In some cases it needs to be. In some cases we do need to understand. Our action perhaps is best omitted. Perhaps it is best to allow the universe to do her thing. And sometimes we need to get out of the way. And other times, we need to step up and take action. Because it's nobody's fault. It's not your mom's fault. It's not your dad's fault. It's not anyone's fault. It's not your partner's fault. But it is your responsibility. This new moon is conjunct an ancient star system called Maga, or the nakshatra called Maga. What is Maga? Maga is the king, the queen, the empress, the emperor. Maga is the throne. Maga is the palladir, if I'm saying that right. You know the thing where the servants carry the queen on, everyone's got a pole and they're carrying the empress who sits on the throne on top without having to lift a finger, being fanned with leaves and drinking coconut juice. That is Maga. Maga is the effortless, royal embodiment. Maga is in connection to Lyra. The ancient kings and queens that rule beyond this earth, who have ruled this earth before. Before the Sphinx was a human head, it was a lion's head. And there are ancient scriptures that talk about the lion people. And Lyra is a royal lineage that still exists here today, and yet has been displaced in what we call an ancient war, which we will not go into at this time. New moon, trine Chiron. Excellent time for healing. Mercury, trine Jupiter. Excellent time for communication. Sun square Uranus. Ground your soul. Ground yourself. Ground your inner child as the ride is not over, as we continue to face these obstacles, as we continue to go through this massive undertaking, this massive transformation, as Pluto retrogrades over the same territory as it was the past 3 years. And yes, the United States is at her Pluto return again. So ground, my friends, do what you love, embody the child, protect yourself, love yourself, stay out of the mind, get into the body, allow yourself to play, allow yourself to ground. I'm taking people in to Star Fairy. If you wish to join, shoot me a message on social media. I am the Star Ranger on Facebook. You can find me at Zenith Mystery School on Instagram and Facebook. For those of you who wish to join my higher level tiers, I'm taking on yoga students. I will teach private yoga, private breathwork, private tantra, private meditation classes. Shoot me a message for astrology readings. I read all types of different modalities: sidereal, Western, synastry, composite, astrocartography, human design, and so much more, transits. Also doing remote energy work, and just starting now for my in-person sessions. If you are close to me, if you live near Austin, and you wish for an in-person session, a crystal healing session, I am now taking people in directly in person, one-on-one. And for all other inquiries, please shoot me a message. You guys take care, and thank you so much for all the support. Like this video, comment this video, share our page, subscribe to Zenith Mystery School. Thank you so much for all the love, all the support. And if you haven't already, go listen to my music, ET Rainbow Yantra. Take care, my dears. Talk to you soon.